The Bismarck. The Bismarck was a German battleship and one of the most famous warships of World War II. Commissioned in 1940, the Bismarck was the lead ship of its class and one of the largest and most powerful battleships in the German Navy at the time. The Bismarck gained notoriety for its short but eventful career, including its participation in the Battle of Denmark Strait and the subsequent pursuit and sinking by British forces. The Bismarck, laid down in 1936 and commissioned in 1940, it was named after Otto von Bismarck, the 19th century Parisian statesman and architect of German unification. The battleship was designed to be a formidable warship with a displacement of over 50,000 tons, a length of over 800 feet, and a top speed of 30 knots. The Bismarck was heavily armoured and armed with a main battery of 8 15-inch guns and 4 twin turrets, along with numerous secondary guns, anti-aircraft guns and torpedo tubes. Its armour protection and firepower made it a significant threat to enemy surface ships and convoys. In 1941, the Bismarck, along with the heavy cruiser Prinz Eugen, embarked on Operation Rheinbrunn, a mission to break out into the North Atlantic and attack Allied shipping lanes. The goal of the operation was to disrupt Allied convoys and threaten British supply lines. During the operation, the Bismarck engaged the British battleship HMS Prince of Wales and the battlecruiser HMS Hood in the Battle of the Denmark Strait on May 24, 1941. The Bismarck's gunfire sank the Hood, a devastating loss for the Royal Navy. Following the Battle of the Denmark Strait, the British Royal Navy launched a massive pursuit of the Bismarck to prevent it from reaching German-occupied ports and resuming its raiding activities. British aircraft, surface ships and submarines were deployed to track down and engage the Bismarck. On May 27, 1941, the Bismarck located by British aircraft, which disabled its rudders and steering mechanisms, unable to manoeuvre effectively. The Bismarck was then engaged by British warships, including the battleships HMS King George V and HMS Rodney, in a final battle. Despite putting up a fierce defence, the Bismarck was eventually overwhelmed by superior British firepower and sustained heavy damage. The crews scuttled the ship to prevent it from falling into enemy hands, and the Bismarck sank on May 27, 1941. The sinking of the Bismarck was a significant event in World War II and a major blow to the German Navy. The loss of the Bismarck, along with the earlier sinking of the Hood, marked a turning point in naval warfare and demonstrated the vulnerability of even the most powerful battleships to coordinated air and surface attacks. The Bismarck's short but dramatic career captured the imagination of the public and became a subject of numerous books, films and documentaries. The wreck of the Bismarck was discovered in 1989 by a team led by Robert Ballard, further fueling interest in the ship and its history.